Hey everyone, my name is Gormy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to week 3 of the power rankings for the NHL 2021 season. Now, this week there are some, I guess I would say, some big moves in my power rankings. Now, one division was completely untouched, and I will get to that in a moment. But before I do, I'll be linking my social media down below in the description. It's also here below me as well, my Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. So feel free to check me out on there if you'd like to do so. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, right off the rip, we've got the North Division as per usual. Now, the Montreal Canadiens are still at 1. The Toronto Maple Leafs are still at 2. I have got Winnipeg moving up to 3. Vancouver moving up to 4, I believe it is, as I have it right here next to me. And then I've got Edmonton moving down to 6, Calgary moving down to 5, and Ottawa still at 7. Now, the reason why I had these moves in the North Division, Edmonton, kind of all over the place. Goaltending is the main reason why. Calgary, they're up and down. They're 500 as of right now. They had a big win tonight. Markstrom looked phenomenal in it, so big ups to them. And Ottawa, once again, I'm probably going to be saying it every episode, they're giving it their all. They're fighting as much as they can, but it is going to be highly difficult for them to do anything. But Vancouver, definitely improving. Now that Elias Pettersson and company are starting to get going, they are starting to look better. The Winnipeg Jets, can't wait for Dubois to play because, I mean, right now they look pretty solid. They're only going to get better once Dubois is playing. And then Toronto and Montreal, you really can't touch either one of them right now. They're both so good at the moment. And Montreal, I believe it was, they just lost their first regulation game tonight, and that was at Calgary. So, I mean, they are definitely on a roll, as is Toronto. They'll both most likely keep it going. I hope that they do for the sake of not only their season, but their fan bases as well. But those two I see being top 2, top 3 teams the entire season. So the North Division, some shakeups there in my power rankings, but I definitely need to give the props to Vancouver and Winnipeg for moving up in the power rankings, as Winnipeg was 4, they are now 3, and Vancouver was 6 and is now 4. So some big movement from Vancouver, and they looked pretty good this week. So hopefully they can keep it up. Now we move on to the West Division. Now, the West Division, there was no movement. There probably would have been if the Vegas-St. Louis game happened. Now, tonight, as of me recording it, the Blues played Anaheim, smoked them. I have not seen that from the Blues in a while. They're looking good again. Colorado still need the big guys to produce night in and night out. Once that starts happening, they're going to be golden. And the Knights, I mean, they're the Knights. They are, without a doubt, one of the top teams in the league. Minnesota, if they had beaten Colorado, they probably would have moved up in the power rankings, not going to lie. But Minnesota still looking very solid. Arizona, LA, Anaheim, San Jose, there may end up being some movement come next week with them in the power rankings. I think if Arizona plays like they did this week, they will be moving down, and LA will be moving up. I'm not sure about Anaheim, simply because they came out tonight and just looked horrible against the Blues. And it wasn't even like on the defense, it was on the whole team. Like, they were just watching the Blues skate around them and go in and score 3 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds on John Gibson. Like, you can't do that. That's why I'm saying, bring up Trevor Zegras. What do you have to lose? Bring up Jamie Drysdale. What do you have to lose? Nothing. The team is horrible. They're just as bad as San Jose, just as bad as LA, but LA is the best out of the just absolutely abysmal California teams right now. But the West Division was not touched. But come this next week, I do see some movement happening, especially in the lower half of it, if the teams do impress me. Now moving on to the Central Division. Tampa Bay still at the top, Columbus in second, and then here's where the movement starts happening here in the Central. Florida is now in third. They were fifth. Dallas still at 4. Carolina down to 5. Nashville is at 6. Chicago moves from 8 to 7, and Detroit from 7 to 8. Those two, I feel they're going to be switching quite a bit until one of them really gets going. And if one of them does get going, I would see it being Chicago maybe at the moment, just because I think that they're finally starting to find the identity of what that team is. And it's not a great team by all means, but they could surprise and get to the playoffs potentially. It's just that the top 4 that I have right now in the top 4 for the Central, they are really, really good. Nashville, like I said, they can get going at any moment. Carolina is really going to have to battle to get in because, Dallas, Florida, Columbus, Tampa Bay all look very good. The goalie tandem in Columbus, phenomenal for them right now. Florida's winning without Bobrovsky, so that's dangerous. Dallas, I don't know how or why they are scoring as much as they are, but props to them. And Tampa Bay looks like world beaters still without Nikita Kucherov. So, you can't really take anything away from Tampa Bay. They look really good in the top 4. Honestly, in my opinion right now, those top 4 are easily in the top 10 teams in the league at this moment in the season. They're all on fire. Because if I look at the standings right here with the Central Division, the Blue Jackets are in first. They are 4-2-3. The Panthers are in second at 4-0-1. The Lightning are in third at 4-1-1. And then the Stars are 4-1 in fourth. Now, Carolina is also 4-1, but I definitely think that the way that the Stars have started off, they have some unfinished business from the playoffs this past season. And they're going to be playing against Tampa Bay quite a bit, so they're definitely going to let them know, we're not going anywhere, we're still here, and we're coming for the cup once again. But the Central Division definitely looking like a big battle between the top 5 there. But I think that the top 4 really, really are very impressive at the moment, I would say. But moving on to the East Division now, a lot of shakeups here, a lot of movement. So I had Philly at 1 this past week. And week 1. There is a new top dog in the Washington Capitals. They have not lost in regulation. They have 3 overtime losses, I believe it is. If I am correct. Yes, they are 6-0-3. The Flyers are 6-2-1. So, both technically losing 3 games. It's just that the Caps got points from each loss. So that is massive in the format that it is this season. Then we have got Boston at 3. They're looking better and better. And Pasta is coming back, so that's going to be a major boost to them. Pittsburgh still kind of all over. But then we have got New Jersey, Buffalo, the Isles, and the Rangers. Right now, the New York area teams are not doing it for me. They just aren't. The New York teams are... They're much better than they're showing. Each team is. The Rangers definitely need to step it up. Thank God Lafreniere finally got his first point. The Islanders can definitely play better than they are. The Sabres, they're 4-3-2. So they're getting there. I think that just all the new players that have been brought into Buffalo, they kind of need to get used to each other, and then maybe they can make a push for the 4th spot. But New Jersey, they've definitely been the most impressive for me out of these bottom 4. Just because, looking at New Jersey, they were horrible last year, and they look pretty solid this year. So, if it comes down to it, I would say that it's early to say this, though. I think that the Caps, Philly, and Boston will make it. But then it's going to be a fight from 4 to 8. maybe even 4 to 6. Because I have a feeling if the Rangers really don't get going, if the Islanders really don't get going, they're going to struggle big time. And both teams have plenty of talent to be a top 4 team in the East. It's just they all need to get on the same page because they're all on different pages and completely different books. All the players on both teams. The Islanders are it definitely seems like there's more cohesion there than in New York because I mean they're kind of playing musical lines right now with the Rangers. I mean Capo Caco is now on the taxi squad even though I thought he was doing solid enough to keep a roster spot at the moment, but I guess not. So hopefully the Rangers figure it out soon. Same with the Islanders because all of these teams can really they're much better than they're showing. They definitely are. But all right, let's go ahead recap North Division. We've got Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and Ottawa. I really think that Montreal and Toronto are the top dogs there in the North Division. In the West Division, same exact one as last week. We have got Vegas, Colorado, the Blues, Minnesota, Arizona, LA, Anaheim, and San Jose. I think that the main movement next week will be the bottom half. Then the Central, we have got Tampa Bay, Columbus, Florida, Dallas, the Hurricanes, Nashville, Chicago, and Detroit. I think that from 5 up, that's really where the battle is going to be for playoffs. And then in the East, we've got the Caps, Philadelphia, Boston, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Buffalo, the Islanders, and the Rangers. So hopefully all the New York teams need to step it up big time. Hopefully it happens. We will see, though. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.